Well, so you got to be lucky too because you went through some very serious injuries.
Through boxing injuries, yeah.
Is that the hardest thing about training, would you say?
Well, it depends. Like, see, I always had problems with my biceps or my hands. So it was one of the two. It'd always be my wrists or my bicep, and I'd always have them problems from when I was on Team GB, really. And then obviously when I'm pro, I had had a few injuries with my hands. Had a few. The many times I had cortisone injections in my hands because they'd be sore and I'd needed to fight because I didn't want to pull out of a fight, so I'd have to whack an injection in me.
Mm.
Um, that happened many times, and that happened in my biceps as well.
Mm.
Um, but then eventually, one of them popped. I ruptured my bicep in a fight, and then yeah, I was out for a year, and then come back to boxing to get ready for a fight. And ruptured the other one.
That's
So
all right. What is that like? Tell us about like when you get an injury like that year, the kind of emotions that you went through, and
I remember the first time I done it. I just had my little son, my first son. And I remember thinking, oh, I've just bought a house, and then I can't fight for a while now. I've got to pay for this operation, got to do this, got to. And I just thought, oh, what a nightmare. But I thought
Mm.
it's okay. It was the first time I done it. It's okay. I had a bit of money behind me. I'll be all right. Um, and like you say, I had my son just then, so I thought a bit of time with him as well, because I won't be able to fight. I won't be able to go training, so I won't be in the gym 24/7 or because I trained away, so I trained in Sheffield, so all week I don't see my missus, my family, and that.
Mm.
So um, it come at a good time really because I just had my son. Um, so I weren't too bothered. But then then when I ruptured it the second time, I thought, what a nightmare.
Mm.
Then really, when I think about it, I probably should have packed boxing then. Really,
Like retire.
yeah. Then
So is that after you won your European
that
title?
no,
Was this?
this was before. This was
Oh wow! So
yeah,
imagine if he said it.
yeah. That was before. But I just thought it just no luck, and I weren't getting crazy money for boxing. What like I was doing it for just the money. It was just I wanted to reach my full potential,
Mm.
and it was kind of slipping away. So
Mm.
but yeah, ruptured that bicep the second time, and then that was a hard road back. It was just horrible it was, and then but somehow got the time went pretty fast, which was crazy because I thought it would go slow.
Mm.
Before I know it, I was ready to fight again. And then Eddie said to me, "You're mandatory for the European title. Do you want to fight for it?" Which meant I had to go to Italy to fight for it because he was the champion, the guy. So I was just like, oh, jumped at it, like sweet, you know what I mean? And just trained my ass off.
Was this your first fight after your injury, or
I think I'd won. Yeah, just a warm up fight. Yeah, I did. I had a warm up fight. I had a warm up fight and then went for the European. I'm sure I did. Or I might have just gone straight into the European. I can't
Mm.
remember. But yeah, I remember just thinking it's a big chance for me to win that. So after the shit I'd gone through,
Yeah.
I thought yeah, I'll do it. So yeah, that's what I did, and yeah, I won it. So it paid off.
Yeah. What
Mm.
was that fight like? Like tell us like the emotions that you were
I'm
feeling throughout because you were kind of caged up.
I remember just doing everything in my powers to win it. To training even before like training, I'd done everything right, and I took him like really, really serious. A kid that I thought I'd beat, like I did. That's the thing with my boxing career. Like every fight I've had, there's not been a kid where I thought, like I can't beat him. Like
Mm.
realistically, I should have beat every kid I've lost to. You know what I mean? But I thought it'd be hard getting it over in Italy because he
Mm.
was
Mm.
Italian. He was like the kind of the golden boy over there. Um, but I just thought I'd just do what it takes, and the rest is leave it up to the judges.
Mm.
If the judges should be fair. So just done everything I could, trained hard, had a good training camp, good sparring, good everything, and I went over there, won it quite easy. I thought,
Mm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. I was just happy to be back winning. I'm back with a good talk, because a European talk is a good talk to have.
Do you have a dialogue? So when you're fighting, do you have a dialogue with yourself? Like how, what is it? Like, for example, you know, someone who doesn't know anything about boxing, like they might wonder, like, in movies, like it shows like Creed, this thing, in Creed, like that. They're going through this dialogue, they're remembering like all their struggles. Is it really like that?
You know what? I would think of weird things. Like, I could be fighting. I'm thinking, I've got, like, the pressure is just mad. Like, you're thinking, I've got to win. Like, I've got to win. Like, if I don't win here now, I've fucked it. Basically,
Like,
that's what you like.
wow.
Literally, I think I put too much pressure on myself. Where I'll be like,
Yeah.
this is matters so much to me. Like, if I don't win this, I want in contracts where, like, I don't know, I want in a 3-year contract or 2-year contract where I'm going to be fighting 8 times or 7 times to get paid this amount. So I just had a good relationship with Eddie, where I'll fight, basically winner kind of stays on kind of thing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You've got to win to stay on. So yeah, I just thought I'm doing everything in my powers to win, and that was probably my downfall, really. 'Cause in boxing, I would never stick to a game plan a lot of times,
Mm.
where I'd see missed and want to kill them. Where if I'd boxed them, I'd have beat them comfortably just boxing. I was a top amateur, so, and the kids who I lost to, like, weren't no way technically better than me, and they weren't better fighters than me. So it was just like, yeah, it's just crazy when I think about it. When I look back, I think, what was I doing? But
Mm.
it is what it is. I don't dwell on it too much, but semi wild.
Yeah. it's
That's
very-
why I can see a lot of fighters they're it kills them to the day they die. Like, they'll always think about these kind of things, and they won't ever get over it. Where I'm kind of like over it now, but like I kind of laugh about it. I think, oh, what was I doing? But
Mm.
yeah,
Did
because you
you?
don't laugh, you cry
Yeah.
until I'm fucking dead as well, and I don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Did
So,
you
yeah.
get nervous before your
Yeah, I'd
fights?
get nervous. Yeah, I'd get nervous. Definitely, like, I know fighters don't like to show their weakness. No, I don't get nervous. But yeah, I got nervous many times. Even when I was massive favorite, because in every one of my fights, I was always a favorite. I was always a favorite to win. Really, the one I fought where I weren't a favorite, so
Mm.
it weren't like I was fighting, a top world champion who I was up against it. You know what I mean? I weren't ever really up against it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm still nervous.
Which fight did you feel like you had the most pressure?
The most pressure was definitely for the European title. Definite, yeah,
And
by
then,
far.
where did you go after
Because I
that?
thought, if I don't win that, then that's it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Then
Yeah,
retirement.
then yeah, kind of thing. Like, if I can't win a European title, then there's no point being in boxing.
Mhm.
My goals was always win a world title. If I can't win a world title, then I don't just want to be a fighter just fighting for the sake of it for a few quid.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's not as glamorous as most people
Nah, people
think.
think like boxing's it's a be on end all. It's not. There's more to life than boxing. It's good to box and make a few quid and be known as a boxer and people know who you are and this and that. But I didn't really care about that, me, because I weren't a type of guy that loved fame or loved the limelight, or I love money, of course I do, but I'm not obsessed with it. I ain't gonna sell my soul for it. Which many fighters do, and the way they act on social media, and that ain't me. That weren't ever me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which now I probably look at and go, I wish I was a bit more outspoken, a bit more on social media, because it would have helped me more
Mm.
outside of boxing. But it is what it is. Everything's written for you. So
What role do you think the promoters have to play in that as well? Because we've always been told that, if you're not outspoken, you can't do it. But then you look at people like Khabib, who became one of the biggest stars in the UFC.
you know what it is.
If you enjoyed this segment, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, the link to the full podcast is in our description. And finally, I wanted to say that please make sure to follow and download the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so we can bring you more amazing content. Thank you so much for listening.